So I watched the beginning of my video and apparently my mic did not pick up my okay hi. So, okay hi. I'm sorry, but here we go into the video. I suck. We get it. I know. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I know I promised a video last week and I promised a vacation video this week. Here's what happened. We went on vacation and it was Monday through Friday. So we traveled Monday and traveled Friday and had Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as our vacation days. I did not think about the fact that our vacations previously have always been longer than that. They've usually been about like 5 days of like actual trip days and then 2 days where it's like travel, or 5 or 6 days of actual trip days basically. Sometimes, because we go like, sometimes we'll go Saturday to Saturday and stuff like that, but this trip around was shorter, which is fine. I'm not complaining. I mean, a little bit. Because I actually like being able to just like chill with my family sometimes, but that didn't happen this time. So I did not even think about doing what I was planning on doing, and I did not get a chance to record my keychain video. That is still coming. I will still do it. Don't you worry. I've got a lot more time on my plate that I can record these keychain videos. I haven't forgotten, guys. I haven't forgotten. I know. And I know I said I wasn't going to push it off, but I'm literally pushing it off again. So, hey. I also did not get any footage from my trip, unfortunately, except for like I recorded my hotel room. So, I guess I could show that. So I'll see about putting that in here if the footage seems okay. But I had planned on recording like us making bead like bracelets and stuff, and like me crocheting a little bit. I barely crocheted. I think the only reason I even got my crochet out was so I could show my brother how to do a magic ring because he wanted to know how, and he had texted me like a month ago and was like, "How do you do this?" And I was like, can I show you on the trip?" So we did that, and that was okay. But I did not really crochet. I didn't even really watch any TV, which is crazy because usually when we go to a hotel, I usually try to find something to watch at some point, but I wasn't even on the TV like at all the entire time. I played a little bit of Brotato, and now that I think about it, I still haven't put my Switch away, so I should probably do that. I just looked at where it belongs and I realized it's not plugged in. So yay me! One more thing to do. What else? We went on a mountain coaster, and I should have taken a video of that or something, at least like showing what it looked like. But I didn't do that either because obviously I'm not going to have my phone out on the ride. We're not allowed to bring stuff on it. But, like I could have taken some footage of like the line or like what the coaster looked like. I did not do any of that. I could have taken some footage at Fritz's when we went to the adventure park, but I didn't do that either. So, yay me. We're doing good here, guys. Real good. I think I have a picture of me doing the ropes course, so maybe I'll put that in here as well if I can find it. I think my sister-in-law took a picture of me. There was a lot of stuff happening. We were very busy. We did a lot of things. I have a picture of a funny card combo on Catflux, so I could include that here as well. So I'll probably do that. This is just like, I guess it'll just be like a little baby trip recap. And then I'm going to show you something I got. I ordered it months ago because what? So it's Once Upon a Book Club, I think is what it's called. Yes, Once Upon a Book Club. I've gotten a few of their boxes over time, and I really like their like specific ones, like the ones where it's like themed and not just like their monthly book club subscription. I've gotten that before as well, I think maybe a few times, but then I had to stop it because I just was not getting through the books fast enough. I'm not that fast of a reader again yet. I gotta get back into it. Gotta get back into the groove of it, okay? But Once Upon a Book Club, they were advertising I think it's Summer Thrills. Yeah, it's called Summer Thrills. box. And the book, I like myself a good semi-scary thriller book, you know? I haven't really read very much horror in my life, but I do enjoy horror films. I do enjoy thrillers. Like, those are some of the movies that I gravitate towards. I really enjoy true crime. Like, all of that fits in the same genre, basically. Just some of them are real and some of them are not real. So I thought that this box would be an interesting one to get, and that I would go ahead and actually do it this time. I've been not very good at doing their boxes whenever I've gotten them. I got the 12 Days of Christmas one once, and, you know, didn't do it. Because December is always very busy, and I just did not have the time to do the 12 Days of Christmas. So that happened. But I'm going to open this box with you guys now, and we're gonna see what's in it, and, you know, give it a little look see. I'm not gonna open all the presents, obviously, because I would like to actually physically read the book while I'm opening them, and I'll probably, as I'm reading the book, because it has, so I don't know if you guys know how this thing works, right? Maybe I should open the box first so I can explain it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, this is our book box. Once Upon a Book Club Summer Thrills. I need to open it. There's the tape. I think it's taped just on that side, yeah. So, and then this one. Alright, we got it. It's open. Also, these are my crafting scissors. I've had them since I was a preschool teacher. I'm obsessed with them. My box is officially open. And this is what it looks like inside. Now, this is very normal. It always has a little packet. It gives you discussion questions. If there's a recipe card that they want to include, they'll include that. They have, it looks like a sticker, a bookmark. So usually there's some information about the author as well. Yeah, there's a recipe in here too. Yeah, see, look, I know my stuff. All right, this packet usually has like that kind of stuff. And then we have the book, which is Caller Unknown. And this sounds interesting to me, I'm not gonna lie. It says A Desperate Mother, An Impossible Ransom. And it's by Gillian McAllister. Let's read the summary. It says, how far would you go to rescue your child? A mother races against the clock and finds herself on the wrong side of the law in a desperate fight to save her teenage daughter in this pulse-pounding thriller from the author of Reese's Book Club Pick and New York Times best-selling Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I don't know that book. I'm sure it's good, though, if this is a Once Upon a Book Club book. Alright, summary. There is nothing Simone won't do for her daughter, Lucy. The two have always been close, and with Lucy about to leave home for college, they depart the UK for a vacation to Texas to spend some quality time together. Texas? But when Simone awakens on their first morning in the desert, Lucy is gone, missing from their rental cabin. In her place is a cell phone, and a voice on the other end issues a shocking ransom demand. Don't tell the police, come to this location, and be prepared to do a deal. Though Simone's husband urges her to bring in the authorities for help, she knows she can't take any chances, because another message arrives saying the kidnappers will kill Lucy if she tells anyone. No mother would take that risk. Instead, that night, she drives to the isolated meetup. What she finds there changes everything. The mysterious kidnapper doesn't want money, they want Simone to do something. The unthinkable. A catastrophic chain of events is set in motion with chilling consequences that extend beyond Simone and her family. What follows is a heart-pounding journey. Can I stop yawning? What follows is a heart-pounding journey through the small towns and punishing deserts of remote Texas, in which Simone's courage and morality is pushed to the brink as she discovers what it truly means to be a mother. Unbearably tense, compassionately told, and full of well-crafted moral dilemmas, Caller Unknown proves once again why Gillian McAllister's thrillers are the best of the best. Alright, so an idea of how this thing works, right? Because we saw this is a whole box of stuff. Okay, did they change how it works? I'm not seeing any sticky notes. Not helpful. Alright. I guess, oh yeah, they did. It says pages on the presents. So you're just supposed to remember when you get to that page? That's wild. But at least they're wrapped this time around. So like they're actually like they have tape and everything like on paper. So we have, this is the book, right? So basically you start reading the book. I don't want to put the book somewhere it's gonna fall. Maybe I'll just put it back in the box. It's a good idea. Okay, so you start reading the book, right? And then say you get to page 9. This one says page 9 on it. That is when you would open this present, and it'll be related to something on page 9. You know, whatever is happening. Yeah. And then, let's see. Page 78. This one, this big one, is page 158. So I'll have to remember that. And then we have 182. And then we have 328. It's a little envelope. So those are the presents that came with it. I'm really curious what 158 is. It feels like some sort of book with like a soft cover on it or something. I'm not sure. But these boxes are always super fun. I enjoy them. I just have never been super very good at finishing them. And that's a personal problem. That's a me thing. I'm just bad at it, which is fine. Not all of us are good at these things. But I'm gonna commit to being good at this one. Actually, I think I'm going to write all of the page numbers on a sticky note so that I can have them and like remember them. So there's page 9, page 78, page 158, page 182, and page 328. Now, I should not mess up. I'm going to stick it to the cover of my book. That way I can remember them. So we're just going to... That way I have it with me at all times. I actually kind of want to see... Oh, the book is not what I was expecting underneath. I feel like with the phone being red, I would have expected some red to be on the actual cover. It was not. There was no red, which is fine. Alright, and then let's actually open this and see what's inside. Just to be sure exactly what I'm getting here. Because I know that there are discussion questions. Who am I going to discuss these with? I don't know. I did not convince anyone to get this book box with me. Not this time around. But these are my little things. Yep, this is a sticker. I guess it's a water bottle sticker is what it looks like. It says shop water bottles, posters, and more. So I guess as you go through Once Upon a Book Club now, they weren't doing this before. You get a sticker with any box that you buy based on the book, because it says caller unknown. So it's, there we go, caller unknown. So it tells you the book, and you can put this on your sticker, your water bottle, your poster, whatever it is that you're using to collect stickers with. I'm just gonna put it probably in my actual physical sticker collection. I haven't figured out what I'm doing with my stickers yet. I think someday I want to have something behind me that I can put all of my stickers on. But I don't even know if I want to actually put my stickers on it or turn my stickers into magnets and then have it be like a whiteboard or a blackboard that I have. We'll see. This is my bookmark. The only way out is through, which is so real. It says, psst. To fully experience this box, remember to wait to open your gifts until you reach the given page. And they said, don't worry, we'll remind you. But do I look at page 9 and see if they actually do remind me? Because that will be really helpful if they tell me exactly when to open it. Don't worry, we'll remind you. Oh! This is what I was looking for. They always include a sticky note that says to open your present. There we go. Alright, now you've seen what the full experience looks like, so I don't even need my sticky note then. Trash is what it is. Goodbye. I don't know why I couldn't find it. I literally was flipping through the pages, like, where are they? Obviously, I just didn't look at any of the actual correct pages. That's my fault. They'll remind me. I think this is the author's autograph? maybe? Probably? Cool. Fun. The recipe is homemade meringue. I'm gonna assume they have a meringue pie of some sort in the book, and I'm not the biggest fan of meringue, but my dad is, so maybe someday I'll make this for him. Who knows? I wouldn't eat it though. And then this says the only way out is through Jillian McAllister, caller unknown, and there's a little message from Jillian herself. It says, "Hi everyone. Caller unknown opens with the quote, 'Your children are only ever on loan to you.'" Can I read this? Oh, and this is the beating heart of my novel. Wow, I'm really struggling. Is it her handwriting or is it me? This is the handwriting. I think it might be me. I mean, the handwriting looked neat to begin with, but I think it's also just that she used marker to write in, and marker isn't always the best to write in if your handwriting is already small. Having had small-ish handwriting my whole life, whenever I worked hard to write long things like this, it's not the best idea. Your children are only ever on loan to you, and this is the beating heart of my novel. It's a crime drama, a journey across the Texas deserts, a western, but most of all, an ode to enduring. What is this? What is this word? People? Perhaps? An ode to enduring people? Enduring people I love? I don't know. I don't know. It says, "I hope you love it. All my best, Jillian McAllister." I can read most of it, but what the heck is that word? I genuinely. What? Did we really just not take the time to make sure that it was neat and legible? It's fine. Why am I complaining? She probably doesn't care. She's an author, and she probably typed up her novel online. Okay, so this thing, it says, "A conversation with Jillian McAllister." What was the first spark of inspiration for this story? It was in the idea of wanting to write a mother and a daughter story, self-contained and pitting the world against them. What drew you to the stark, punishing environment of remote Texas as the backdrop for Simone's journey? I wonder how remote they are. Like, I wish I could tell you where it takes place. They're just saying remote Texas. I hope there are some cities. I hope she included cities, because Texas is a big place, and where some people might think it's remote, it might not actually be remote. So I'm really curious what we're thinking remote Texas is. They said, "I had this image that came to me very early on of a tent lit up in the desert with isolation all around it and as much peril in the landscape as in the plot. I then had to find somewhere that would work with my storyline." So maybe she does have a place. And it's not just called remote Texas, because people don't talk about Texas like that. People just say, "I'm going to this place in Texas." So, we'll see. Did you hope readers would side with Simone's choices, question them, or struggle somewhere in between? I think we all bring the best versions of ourselves to the reading experience, and real life tends to be a little messier. I think in most novels that pose a moral dilemma, you could see yourself choosing either option. What I wanted to avoid was alienating the reader, and even if somebody is using their emotions to make choices, that the reader understands that maybe the best decisions aren't made when you're panicked. You're alone in a country you don't know, but it's the middle of the night and you receive a ransom. What kind of research did you conduct about kidnapping responses, random cases, or law enforcement procedures? It actually stemmed from a prior novel. I had interviewed a hostage negotiator as part of my research for Famous Last Words, and when he told me he was a freelance kidnap and ransom negotiator too, I accidentally wrote an entire book about that. Next. What is a question you have never been asked but would like to answer, and what is the answer to that question? What book is next? Well, it's very early days and still being edited, but I think it might be the coolest thing I've ever written. I mean, that doesn't really answer what book is next, though. Like, at least give us an idea of what the book is, right? That's what I would do. Especially if you, like, know what it is and you think it's the coolest thing you've ever written, but I don't know. Discussion questions are 1. The story hinges on a terrifying moral dilemma. What do you think most parents would realistically do in Simone's situation? Did her choice feel believable? 2. Simone's love for Lucy drives every choice she makes. What moment in the story most clearly shows how far she is willing to go? Did you sympathize with her decisions, or were there points where you questioned her judgment? 3. The setting. The vast, punishing Texas desert creates an atmosphere of isolation and danger. How does the landscape enhance the suspense, and could the story have worked as effectively in another location? 4. The story includes escalating consequences that ripple beyond Simone and Lucy. What do you think the novel suggests about how a single moment can unravel into something much larger? 5. Were you surprised by any of the major reveals or twists? Did the ending satisfy you, or would you have preferred a different outcome? Join the read along on Storygraph to discuss your thoughts with fellow book club members, and there is a QR code for that. And then it tells me the pages again for in this box you'll find gifts on. I'm pretty sure this is one sheet. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put the other stuff back in here. I'll pull the sticker out of here once I actually finish the book because as of now, I don't really feel like it belongs in my collection. I have not done what I deserve, like what I need to do to deserve said sticker. So we're gonna close this up. It's all set. And I'll probably just put this back in here as well, on the bottom of everything. Now, do I read the beginning and see if it hooks me? I forgot this part. I also am planning on crocheting probably a dress soon. So I know I've been working on that skirt that I've been doing, and it seemed like it was going places. I have since decided that it is not. It seems too bulky and too heavy, so I think I need to redo it at least, which means I'm going to have to sit down and actually frog it. So we'll see if I ever go back to that. But I'm putting this in the box and putting the presents back on top of it, and maybe I will sit here and read until page 9 and then open the first present, and we can all witness that together. I'm going to close the book box up for now so that I don't have to deal with it on my lap. I might read you guys like the first paragraph and then continue the reading on my own. Caller unknown, guys. Can I get to page 9? We'll see. Oh, and it's in parts. Alright, let's see. This one, whatever it's called, this book is for blah blah blah. It says, for Leah, who taught me how to be a mother. So I guess, is that her kid? Part 1, The Ransom. 1. Simone. Your children are only ever on loan to you. Simone glimpsed this phrase last month on a billboard in London advertising a film, and then spent the rest of the day arguing in her head with it. Of course that isn't correct, she had thought. If you do it right, your children are yours forever. I mean, sure, but they become adults at some point. They're not permanently yours, you know. They become their own person. They own themselves, you know. I think they are only on loan to you. You're just supposed to do the best that you can with the time that you have with them and hope that you did a good job, you know? No one knows the right way to do anything. But has plagued her in the way things sometimes do when they contain an uncomfortable truth. And so Simone is thinking of that billboard once again now as she sits cross-legged on a motionless baggage carousel in Del Rio Airport, Texas, waiting to go and meet her daughter Lucy, who spent the summer here. Is there a Del Rio airport? I don't know if I've even heard of that. Do they have an airport? Oh my gosh, they do have an airport. Where is Del Rio? It's like on the border of Texas and Mexico, guys. Yeah, it's like right on the border. It's closest to San Antonio if we're looking at major cities. I guess it's kind of middle of nowhere. I mean, they've got a good amount of stuff there. And it looks like they have a lot of neighborhoods. So I don't know if I would count this as middle of nowhere, but you know. I mean, well, actually, it depends on where they go after the Del Rio airport, I guess. You know, because if they leave Del Rio to go, like, near the state park, it could be middle of nowhere. Maybe they're going to camp in the state park. I don't know. We'll see. Because she said something about a tent. Cross-legged on a motionless baggage carousel in Del Rio airport. You're not supposed to sit on a baggage carousel, but that's fine. Waiting to go and meet her daughter, Lucy, who spent the summer here. Everybody else's cases have come and gone. Simone's is, a jaded attendant told her, probably somewhere here, but honestly could be on the moon. And Simone had to do something she only recently learned at the age of 43. Hold her tongue. She opens a note buried deep in her phone. She'd be mortified if anybody ever found it, on which she has written the days of August to cross off. Just a simple list, no app or fanfare. August. I don't understand. It's just like that. Right there. I don't know what that means. Why did we cross off the days of August? And now it's the 31st, and she ought to be seeing Lucy right now, except Simone's flight was delayed 3 times over. She arrived in Atlanta late, missed the connection, and her bag is on the moon. And it is 10 past 10 at night, the airport sleeping. The only person around is a porter cleaning the floor back and forth in rhythmic strokes. She sends Lucy a text. Landed late. I think I should just grab an airport hotel. Her phone rings immediately. The lodge's remote check-in, Lucy says the second Simone answers. This is how they begin conversations, in the middle. They end them there, too, their sentences understood and finished by the other. They have always been this way, right from when Lucy learned to talk. That will be so late for you, Simone says, thinking painfully of her phone note ticking into September but hiding it. I want to know what this phone note is. Just come tomorrow. Get some sleep. I don't even have my bag yet. It's lost somewhere, she adds. She pauses, listening. What is that? Fargo. Movie or series? Movie. Lucy says, just a note of disparagement in her voice. Simone's daughter, aspiring actor, is never not watching something she would call seminal, always with the same battered brown notebook and pen out. Lucy continues, Airbnb don't care when you check in. And Simone hears the movie go off. Motion begin in her daughter's voice, footsteps, doors closing. Besides, it's only 10 or whatever. A pause. Has it been a nightmare? I feel so bad if it's been. No, Simone lies. Just sitting around waiting, not half as boring as Fargo. Touche. It's supposed to be boring because it reflects the bleakness of. No, Lucy says. And Simone can just see the hand her daughter is holding up. We'll talk Fargo later. Go find that bag. A pause. And I'm sorry, she says. I appreciate you coming. Simone smiles into the phone. Her daughter shows only her this vulnerability. She cares, very much in fact, and is afraid to show it. They have no idea where it is, said it could be on the moon. How stupid. Demand they go to the moon. Simone lets a laugh out. Lucy is so like Simone was years and years ago. Full years and years and years ago. Maybe her writing's just not for me. Full of verve and offbeat obsessions and humor and sometimes explosions of temper. Life and Damien and running a restaurant mellowed Simone out, but nevertheless something about the similarity fills her with happiness. She always figured her own messy childhood made her the way she is, but not so. Lucy's childhood has been charmed and a look. Okay, so her writing style is not my favorite. Maybe I'm just judgmental. Maybe I'll end up liking the story, despite the writing style, because I have done that in the past with some authors where I've enjoyed the story but didn't necessarily vibe with the way the author wrote. So it's possible that I'll still like it. I am going to read to page 9. I'm not going to read it out loud. That was just to give you a taste of what is happening and how this author writes, just in case you were thinking of maybe also getting the book to give it a shot. But I'm going to read to page 9 for sure right now, so that when I get to page 9, I can open the present. So. Oh, they use Frontier as their airline in the book. Interesting. I don't think I've ever flown Frontier. Wow. I don't know. So Simone seems very selfish. The part that I just read, it says she's having a conversation with her daughter's father, Lucy's father, and he says, say hi to her from me, tell her I've downloaded Citizen Kane to watch when she's back, he says, and Simone is struck suddenly that in the mother-daughter bond, she sometimes forgets him, that the father-daughter relationship is just as important, is almost as important. That is so rude. What? I'm sorry, but my bond with my father is very important, just like my bond with my mother is. I love both of them, and they're both different bonds, but they're both very important. There's not one that's more important than the other. Very weird. It's a very weird thing to put in a book, I guess. She's very selfish. I don't think that I would feel that way if I had a kid. Like, oh, my bond with my kid is more important than, the father's bond. Like, if he was like my husband, it'd be more important than my husband's bond with my kid. Like, what? What are we talking about here? Weird. That I will, of course, she says. Simone knows that Lucy has already watched Citizen Kane, but she also knows that she will be kind enough to lie about it. It doesn't matter if she's already watched it. If her father is willing to take an interest in things she likes, she'll probably watch Citizen Kane again. I'd probably watch Citizen Kane again if I had to. I watched it in college. Yeah? Or was it high school? I don't know. I watched it in something. They have a cat named George. That's so cute. Their cat is 20 years old. He's gotta be a grumpy old man. Oh, he's probably so cute. I wonder what he looks like. It says old and decrepit. I don't know if I would joke about my cat dying like that. Apparently, Simone jokes that every day is gonna be the last day that, like, George is alive. He, like, will die in the window that he likes to lay in. And her husband does not find it funny. And I agree. I do not think it's funny. 14 days to go. He's counting down the days, I guess, like, that she's gone? I mean, the late hour I could understand being unsettling, but driving on the right side of the road is not unsettling. Just drive on the correct side for your country that you're in. That's all. We are on page 9. We are going to go ahead and open the present so that we can get a feel of what it is that we're getting from this book. So I moved the sticky notes so that I would still be able to actually read past it because they put it directly over the words, which has always bothered me. I do not understand why they don't just have the sticky part go on the side, because there's this whole space in the middle that they could literally just, like, utilize, but they don't. So I don't know what to tell you. But we're gonna go find that package and open it up. So let me put the bookmark in. It's in there. And let's find the present. We have page 9 here. Time to open it. Alright, so the box looks like this. It says book-shaped salt and pepper shaker set. Are they gonna be books? That's gonna be so cute. I mean, I'm sure my boyfriend's gonna be like, what is that? But I think they're gonna be adorable. This is what it looks like on the inside. Are we ready for this? Oh! Oh my gosh, why are they so cute? What? They're ceramic. Bruh. This is so adorable. I'm obsessed. These will be good for, like, whenever I do something with like my sister or something, because George likes the ones that we have. They're like fancy. Ooh. Okay, so that's how you put it in. I've never understood how these types of salt and pepper shakers work, but now I do. Tell me these aren't the cutest things you've ever seen in your life! Salt and pepper. Obsessed. I did think it was weird. In the book, she mentioned the table salt and pepper because she was making omelets. So that's the part that relates to this. I actually will just read that paragraph so that you can get a feel for what it says. I'm officially obsessed. Ugh! I popped my mic off, but those are so cute. I love them. The paragraph, this is what it says. She will cook while she waits for Lucy, who is now 5 minutes away. The kitchen is perfunctory but fine. Blunt knives, an electric range with a coating of something on it. But there is milk and a bowl full of eggs. She cracks one open, checks it's still good, and starts to make 2 3-egg omelets, a stocking filler of a meal comfort food. As she begins, she can feel her body relaxing, limbs becoming soft and tender. In the unfamiliarity of an empty lodge in Texas, she is home here, bent over the cheap range with the stuck-on something. Hot butter bubbling strawberry blonde at its edges, eggs, cheap table salt, and dusty cayenne pepper from the back of a cupboard. She makes them bavuse runny in the middle, no color and no crease, the proper way, the French way, the way people may say is pretentious, but Simone knows to be simply correct. She sets them on 2 plates, steaming hot and beautifully yellow. Yeah, cheap table salt, guys. Here's the thing. I understand that table salt is cheap. I think everyone understands that. No one is arguing with you. Um, but this does read very pretentious. I do wonder where Jillian comes from. Says Jillian McAllister is the New York Times bestselling author of Reese's Book Club Pick, Wrong Place, Wrong Time, Famous Last Words, Just Another Missing Person, Everything But the Truth, The Choice, The Good Sister, The Evidence Against You, How to Disappear, and the Richard and Judy Book Club Pick That Night. She graduated with an English degree before working as a lawyer. She lives in Birmingham, England, where she now writes full time. She's also the creator and co host of the popular Honest Authors podcast. So, what I'm understanding is she, from what I'm reading, as someone who lives in Texas, she feels a lot of elitism for like how Europe is compared to the US, which, like, whatever, that's fine if you want to feel elitist about it, but that doesn't mean that you should, I guess, be so negative and so like, Texas is wrong, Texas is bad, Texas is backcountry, because that's not always true. I don't know anything about Del Rio. I've never been there. I don't know about like the lodges that might be nearby, but I don't think that I would sit down and write a book about like Birmingham, England and be like, Texas is better. We do things the right way. Like, there are a lot of subjective things in this world, and I think that how to make eggs is one of those subjective things. Okay? Like, I don't like runny eggs. That makes it gross to me, which means that that's not the right way for me. The right way for me would be eggs that are scrambled. I like scrambled eggs. Those are my right eggs. Your right eggs could be sunny side up. Your right eggs could be the ones where you cook them on both sides. Like, there are a bunch of different ways to make eggs. They don't have to be runny, and there is no true right way to make eggs. I'm sorry. You can claim it all you want, but that doesn't change anything. Also, table salt, even though it's not like your fancy, like pink Himalayan salt or whatever, it's still a good salt. And I don't know why we needed to include cheap table salt in the description, because salt is still just salt, and it's going to forever be salt. So, anyway, page 9, that's where we're at. I'll probably open each present as I get to them and record a little video and pop it into my videos as we go, but this is just a little catch up and let you know what I'm doing type thing, and we're starting a book box. And this time, because I'm recording videos for it, I think I'm going to be held accountable, actually. So we'll go from here. If you stuck around for this whole video, I really appreciate it. I know that I'm a little chaotic. I know that I don't always make a lot of sense. I hope that you enjoyed my, first thoughts about this box and this book specifically. I will probably get to page 78, which I think is the next one, today, I would say, probably. And if I don't, I'm probably just crocheting. So, but I need to edit this video first. So we'll do that first, and then we'll go from there. If I get to page 78, I might insert my reaction to the 78 present as well. If I get to page 78, I'll make sure that I react to it and include it in this video. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and probably start editing this. And then once I'm done editing it, I'll probably read some more and see what else there is. Until then, I appreciate you being here and watching this video and listening to me ramble and talk about my new box that I got. So it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. And if you guys enjoy these boxes, like, maybe let me know, because that will give me an idea of like whether I should try to continue it again or not. But I think that these salt and pepper shakers are literally one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make it so that they don't actually fall over all the time, because I'm a klutz. But they're adorable, and I'm not gonna fill them with salt or pepper yet. I think I might hold off on that. I also have some book coasters that I got way back when from Once Upon a Book Club, so they do have a lot of good book merch. I do recommend it. I love them. And I think that's it for this video. So, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know how crazy your family vacations get, because mine just get really, really busy, and then we just don't do too much on them. But I am going to make the keychain video. It will happen. I'll hopefully be recording for that tomorrow or Friday, but either way, I'll still have next week to work on it, and I'll get that finished. And yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for following along. Thanks for watching my YouTube videos in general. And I hope I catch you in the next one. Okay, thanks. Bye.